So welcome everyone who is here. We are recording this webinar for people that have not been able to either get here on time or are able to watch the entire broadcast. And just want to say welcome. My name is Greg Jameson. You can see my co-presenter with me here today, Alicia Clark. And I'm just going to immediately start out sharing my screen so that we don't waste anyone's time. The webinar today is on the top challenges facing e-commerce companies in 2022. And it turns out that all challenges related to your business can be boiled down to one of two things. Either you need more traffic or you need more cash. And those are the things that we're going to talk about here today. So most webinars, they start out and they show you pictures of their family, and then they show you some expensive cars that they own and an expensive house that they own. And then they sit there and they try to say, but I'm really just like you. You know, I was a nerdy kid too. We're not going to do any of that stuff today. We're not going to waste the first 10 or 15 minutes of your time doing that. We're going to dive right in and provide you serious content for the hour that you're with us this morning. So just a little bit about myself. I've been basically working in the internet area since the start of the internet. I've been developing software applications since 1985 and internet applications since 1995, building e-commerce websites since 2002. I've written multiple best-selling books. I've developed hundreds and hundreds of websites, been listed on the Inc. 500, named Colorado Small Business of the Year. So I've been doing this for a long time. Now, when the coronavirus hit a couple of years ago, it propelled e-commerce forward by 10 years in just a matter of 3 months from what the previous projections had been. So this is a fantastic time to have an e-commerce business. But of course, there are challenges associated with having any kind of an online business. Now, pop quiz. I'm going to show you 2 product listings. And if you can, just write in the comments which one you think sells more. This one being number 1, and this one being number 2. So here they are side by side. Just write in the comments, do you think sell more? And then say why. You know, don't just say one because I like the color, or you know, whatever your reasons are. Just put a 1 or a 2 in the chat and let me know the reasons why you think it would sell more than the other one. Now, most people are going to pick number 2. And the reason why that is the case, there's a number of reasons. One, you can see that it's got a whole bunch of reviews, positive 5-star reviews, thousands of them. 2, it's got a video, not just a still image. It's got multiple images, not just a single image. And what's actually really important is it has a long description here where it gives people enough information that they're actually able to make a buying decision. So we're going to talk today about the importance of the customer experience. You saw in that previous example, the experience of having a video. Then we're going to talk about competition and competitor analysis and what you can do about it. And finally, making it all happen. Then I'm going to turn the presentation over to my co-host, Alicia, to talk about different ways of funding your online business. So to get started here, let's ask the question of actually what is customer experience design? And it's defining the personas and user stories, then translating what the users want into design features that drive action. Now, the importance of the customer experience, or the importance of CEX, CEX, is that sex sells, right? Customer experience sells. You might recognize the photo here of Jessica Alba. She's a beautiful actress that decided to start selling a line of baby products when she became a mom. And she could have probably sold a fair amount of product just because of who she was, but that's not what she did. She started a company called The Honest Company with a pledge to create safe and sustainable products that were healthy alternatives for mom and baby alike. As you can see here, the website is for your customer, not for you. And that's really what Jessica was trying to accomplish. So she talks about all of the different ways that they are working towards having a sustainable product. But what's really important that she did is on her website, she didn't just try to sell product. She has a blog, which adds to the customer experience. She doesn't just like products on her websites. She tells stories that engages with her audience. So the customer experience is extremely important, and having a blog on your website can help build that experience. So the thing that you need to understand is that the products between many online merchants are actually pretty similar, or at least they're perceived to be similar by the customer. Maybe you have a service and you're selling accounting services to someone. People are sitting there going, well, one accountant is kind of the same as the other. So it really comes down to the customer experience that is going to create the winning website. Back at the beginning of the internet, customer experience, or not the internet, the pandemic, the customer experience actually overtook price. And customer experiences are created by a number of different factors, including personalization, details, speed and security of your website, interactivity, the information that you provide, and the ease of checkout, payment methods, and shipping. So I want to show you a quick video here about personalization.
Hey, Greg, Chris Ward here. Now, what I'm going to say, I think there's a lot of weight to it because I would describe myself as podcast junkie. When I found your show, I think I ate up like 3 or 4 episodes. And before it's all right, Chris, you need to move on with your day. I just found it was sort of like, I don't even know how to, I felt like I was in a library with just knowledge all around me and the texture of that room.
Chris sent me this video. I'm not going to play the whole thing for you, but when I got a video like this, you can bet that I responded to her. And that's what personalization is really all about, is touching your customers one-on-one. If you have a WordPress website, there's actually a plugin that you can use called If So that allows you to create personalized content. And you can do this based upon somebody's location, the date and time. You can schedule things out, what pages they visited, where they came from, the referral source, whether or not they're logged in or not, what items they have in their cart, if they're returning visitors, and so forth. So you can actually create all these different scenarios by creating a trigger that selects a condition and then sets the personalized content. Now, recently I was at Disneyland in California, And we got there early because my wife is a Disney freak and she was like, I want to be the first one in line. So we got there early and we're standing in line for the new Star Wars ride, Rise of the Resistance. And I looked back over my shoulder and this is the mass of people that I saw all waiting to get into this ride. Now, why do you think people crowd into Disney and wait for hours to get onto one of these rides? Well, the answer is it's the experience. Disney makes the magic happen. Every single detail is considered in Star Wars land. Obviously, the look of Star Wars land looks like you're actually in a Star Wars movie set. But like I said, every detail is important. It's part of the total customer experience. Even the refreshment stands look like they belong. And this is what you need to do for your customers on your website. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, said that we see our customers as invited guests to a party and we're the host. And it's our job to make every aspect of the customer experience a little bit better. They've done such a good job of this that Amazon is actually ranked higher than either Apple or Disney in terms of the experience that they provide and their corporate reputation. Now, the fact is that Jeff Bezos didn't really build Amazon. We did. Amazon didn't buy out and board up the independent bookstores. We, the customers, abandoned them. We chose convenience over the art and community provided by the independent bookstores. Here's a quick video from Jeff Bezos that I'd like to share with you.
A lot has happened in the last 50 years. We've made a lot of mistakes. We've learned some things. And I want to tell you everything I know. I can guarantee you everything I know. It's a very short list. This won't take long. And it's complete too. All right, well, the first thing I know is that you need to obsess over customers. I can tell you that we have been doing this from the very beginning, and it's the only reason that Amazon.com exists today in any form. We've always put customers first. When given the choice of obsessing over competitors or obsessing over customers, we always obsess over customers. We pay attention to what our competitors do, but it's not where we put our energy. It's not where we get our motivation from. We really like to start with customers and work backwards. And again, that is the key thing that I know, and it covers a lot of other mistakes. If you're truly obsessed over customers, it'll cover a lot of errors.
So Amazon has set the bar, and customers expect that basically all websites match the same standards as Amazon. That's the goal. It's pretty simple. You know, your customers can't trust that you'll be able to provide for their needs. They're always going to be thinking twice before they hand you their money. Now, we can sit here and look at brands that have built this type of loyalty and evangelism. Tesla cars. People think, man, Teslas are cool. You know, they're green, energy efficient cars. They aren't green and energy efficient. The fact is that it takes coal-fired power plants to charge up the electricity in a car. Then you end up with these lithium batteries that are bad for the environment. And what are you going to do with them? But they have built this perception that they are the king of energy efficiency and green energy, and people have bought into that, and they evangelize that. The same thing with Apple products. People are, if you are an Apple customer, you're extremely loyal to Apple. People think, Apple users think that Apple computers are so much better than Windows computers, and Apple cell phones are so much better than Android phones. Technically, they are not. but they have built up this loyalty for their brand that makes people think that they are, and that perception becomes reality. You know, the ultimate of this is Harley Davidson motorcycles, where people are even willing to tattoo themselves with the Harley brand. So in order to build great product pages on your website, you need to have great product descriptions. And the reality is that more is typically better. There's not a space limitation like there is with print. Put as much information as you can on your website. A study showed that 67% of consumers visited online stores with the intent of making a purchase, and they left because the retailer did not provide enough information. Here's an example, and I see this type of thing frequently. Somebody puts up a picture of the product and says, hey, it's an American berry jam. Here's the price, add it to the basket. Compare that to my customer here, Colorado Mountain Jam, who they're listing here on Amazon, but they also have the same kind of listing on their own website, where they have a large product description and they talk about the ingredients, the directions, and have a product description that really makes your mouth water and want to buy their jam. Another thing that you can do to improve the customer experience is to put in 360-degree videos. This can be done with basically a consumer level 360-degree camera, and you can create these videos. I'll just show you an example of one here. And let's slide forward in the video a little bit, but it doesn't really matter where we are, because
character who deals with issues important to girls today.
I can move around inside of this video. This is me with the mouse. I can look up, look around at different places. So if you have a physical store or office, you could actually show this to your customers. And you can even do this with virtual reality glasses, where you basically have stereoscopic offset and someone can immerse themselves completely into your store. That's a great customer experience. Artificial intelligence, like in the case of chatbots, is another great way to build the customer experience. So customer experience is an important aspect of what we're trying to accomplish with your website. Now let's talk just for a minute here about competition and competitor analysis. I recently had a customer, and this is a made up customer, but I'm going to, the concept is the same, different product, different situation. But I had, let's just say that this customer was a small office supply store, and they sold swingline staplers, and they wanted to outrank swingline staplers because they saw that swingline was selling a couple $1 million a month in staplers. And they were like, if I could just get to where I could be listed on Google ahead of swingline staplers, I would be doing great. Well, I ran an analysis of their website, and this is what it showed me, that they had 414 links back to their website with a domain strength of 2.9. And I said, you know, this, you need more links back to your website. It's not going to work for you. So I showed them my website, and I've got 158,000 links back to my website with a domain strength of 4.67. And said, you can't really compare yourself to me, though. What you have to do is you have to compare yourself to Swingline. So I did an analysis on Swingline, and they've got 32,784 links back to their website with a domain strength of 4.8. You're never going to be able to compete with Swingline to get listed higher than them for Swingline staplers. And on top of that, you've got competitors out there like Office Depot with 6 million backlinks. So in simple terms, Google considers a hyperlink a vote of confidence from one internet site to another. So you have to make sure that if you want to sell more Swingline staplers, you're going to have more links than your competitors have. The reality is that for Swingline staplers, you're never going to outrank Swingline. But if you take a look at an individual product that Swingline sells, in this case here, the Next Series Wow stapler, just one product, you might be able to rank on the first page of Google for that one product. And then you could do the same for the next product and the next product and do it product by product. The fact is that Google ranks web pages, individual product pages, not just websites. So if we look at the Swingline Next Series Wow stapler, you'll see that there are some companies on here, rapidsupplies.com, perfectoutput.com is on the first page of Google for that. And if we do an analysis of perfectoutput.com, they've got 246 backlinks to their website with a domain strength of 2.8. You can beat that. You could get on the first page of Google for that particular product. Now, the way to do this is to actually use a fairly proven method of YouTube videos in order to get ranked. Here's an example of one that I did for Pakistan baskets. And this video of Pakistan baskets from my customer, Amerimex Wholesale, I created actually back in 2010, and it is still on the first page of Google to this day. Another example that I did recently was for a house cleaning service in Green Valley Ranch. And you can see here that the video appears on the very first page of Google. So that's how you can get on the first page of Google and compete with people that are much bigger than you. So how do you make this all happen? Well, I've got a coaching program that I put together utilizing what I call the 4 Ps: the platform, the product, your page views or traffic, and purchases or sales conversions. And utilizing this, I have been able to help customers dramatically grow their sales. You can see that this is a customer that back in April, they had just started, and now they are doing $49,000 worth of sales every month. Here's an example of another customer showing their complete stats here. And this is the total sales. This is actually for, it looks like January through March. And they've done almost $150,000 and 748 orders during that time. So I can help you really make an impact with your online sales and grow your business. Couple of quotes here. I don't need to read you the quotes, but you can see that people like what I've been able to do for them in their business. I like this one. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate Greg a 15. So now you might be asking, well, how much should a website cost this year? And you can see here that this is just one article that I pulled up, that on average, it's going to cost you $12,000 to $150,000 to build the website, with maintenance charges ranging from $35,000 to $5,000 a month. Digital marketing is going to be on top of that, $2,500 to $12,000 a month. Social media management, $1,000 to $20,000 a month. SEO pricing, somewhere between $100 and $250 an hour, which means that it's going to range between $2,500 and $10,000 a month. All these things are crazy. They start adding up. On the low end, you're looking at a website costing you $1,000 a month, maintenance $35 a month, and so on, to where you've got a monthly total to run your online business of over $7,000 a month. That's on the low end. On the high end, it might cost you $57,000 a month. And that's not even including the cost of hiring a webmaster, which starts an entry-level webmaster at $57,000 a year, and a digital marketer at $71,000 a year. These are very real costs. And I can tell you from having had my own business where I had 30 employees that those are very low costs for actually running any business, much less an online business. So I'm going to show you how you can save all that money. You are not going to have to spend $7,000 a month or $57,000 a month. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But before I do, I want to tell you a story about my neighbor. This is Brooke. She used to watch my cat whenever I would be out of town. And recently, Brooke, I called her up and said, hey, I'm going on a trip. Can you come over and watch our cat? And she was like, well, I can, but when I come over, I really need to talk to you. And she came over and I was like, well, what's up? And she said, this is going to be the last time I can cat sit for you, because I'm now a TikTok influencer. And I kind of smiled and I was like, that's nice. How many followers do you actually have on TikTok? 12 million. I couldn't speak. What I should have done was said, Brooke, forget about selling, or forget about watching my cat. I need to hire you as a coach and have you show me how I can do this. I let that opportunity pass me by. And the reason for telling you this story is I don't want you to have that happen to you today. I'm going to show you something here, and I don't want this to slip through your hands like it did with me and Brooke. I looked her up recently. She paid cash for a house at 18 years of age and now has 20 million TikTok followers and is totally rocking it. So don't let that happen to you. I have an opportunity for you here today to schedule a strategy session with me. This is free to the first 15 people that take me up on this. Just go to my website, webstoresltd.com/strategy. You can also text the word coach to 720-779-3363. This is not a sales pitch. It's just a session to discover ideas for your online business that maybe you hadn't considered. And when you schedule that strategy call, I'm actually going to give you a free ebook that was written by my co-presenter with me here today, Alicia. So go ahead, book that free strategy call at the end of this. And when you do, I will send you Alicia's ebook. So at this point, I'm actually going to turn the presentation over to Alicia. She is a business finance consultant at her own company, Alicia Clark Funding, LLC. They help entrepreneurs and business owners access to capital for their businesses. And with that, go ahead and take it over, Alicia.
Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Thank you all for joining us. I won't be in front of you too long. I'll definitely cut straight to the chase. We'll have valuable information to share with you all over the next couple of weeks. Of course, as Mr. Jamison stated, my name is Alicia D. Clark. I am a business finance consultant at Alicia Clark Funding LLC, where we help entrepreneurs and business owners across the United States really just obtain money for their business. That's where most businesses fail, and that's due to lack of access to capital, or OPM, which is other people's money. So that's where we come in to help individuals out. And where a large issue is, many business owners and entrepreneurs may go to a bank and they're either seeking to resign from their 9-to-5 or start a new business, or they need working capital for their business. They may get turned down by the bank. Then it's like, where do I go? What do I do? What would be the next steps? Well, your journey's not over. There's creative ways to obtain financing, and there's alternative lending options that a business owner may not be privy to, which would help them grow and scale, and of course go to the next level. So I'll speak about a couple of financing options that a business owner could actually may qualify for right now if they've been turned down by a bank. The first one would be a stated income, where one does not have to state their income. You do not have to show any tax returns. You don't have to show your bank statements. You don't have to show your W-2s, any proof of income, not at all. Where you can obtain the financing would be based strictly upon your personal credit profile. Now, the lenders, they do go down to 680 across the board, and that's in all three credit bureaus. However, I tell individuals I would like to see at least a 700 across the board. And it's dependent on the strength of your personal credit. And let's see, lenders also look for what's on your personal credit, whether you have home loans, whether you have credit cards, how many credit cards do you have? They also like to see high limit credit cards, if you have any other revolving credit on there, if you also have any bankruptcies or tax liens. That's usually a no-go for lenders. However, if the bankruptcies have actually been paid off during a certain amount of time, that would be an option, but there's no payment plan. It totally needs to be paid off. And also with your credit cards, many individuals, they may come to me and they're 50, 60, 70% over their utilization. You want to pay that down at least 30%, but ideally for lenders, you want that under 10% utilization. Because see, lenders, you have to think of this from a lender's perspective. And to help you with your mindset to think from a lender's perspective, lenders want an ROI, which is a return on their investment. So your personal credit, and then also later in the series, we'll talk about business credit. Those are your two report cards. That shows your the lenders, your character, your responsibility, and you're able to pay your bills on time. So then there's also that trust factor in the lending industry as well. Lenders want to know that they can trust you. So once they're able to trust you, they can start giving you a variety types of financing options that would be open to you, such as a term loan program. In the term loan program, what that does, where you'll have various terms, the rates range from 5.49% up to 14.99%, and it's dependent on your the strength of your personal credit profile. There's also no minimum length in time for your business. It's also a fixed monthly payment. There's also no upfront fees. You will need to pay a fee, which is what is called a success fee. And you pay that only after you obtain your funds. Then also the time frame for that is usually around 7 to 15 business days. And of course, like the qualifications for that's different than the stated income. Now you will need to show your income. Let's see, 700 across the board. The past 2 years of personal tax returns, and also $50,000 in annual income for the past 2 years of taxable income. Now with those term loans, you can get more than the stated income. With the stated income, you can get up to $150,000. Now with the term loans, you can get up to, let's see, $400,000. So that's one area, would be stated income, where you do not have to state your income. It's based strictly against your personal credit report. And that personal credit report should have a mix of items with positive payment history that the lenders would like to see. You can get up to $150,000 with that. Now, if you would like a larger amount with the term loan, go up to $400,000. With that 700 FICO score across the board, 2 years of tax returns, and an annual income of $50,000 or more in taxable income. Now, let's see. Also, there's also business credit cards, where individuals can just obtain business credit cards up under their business. And one does not have to have any income coming in through their business. With the business credit cards, I tell individuals, lenders really like to see a strong FICO score of 740 and above, and you can get business credit cards that way. However, if you don't have your FICO score at a 680 and above, which preferably it would be coming to me, 700 and above, there are other ways to obtain financing, when one way would be obtaining a credit partner. And that credit partner would need a strong FICO score. We can start off at 700 and above across the board. However, I tell individuals, I'd like to see, because I just like to present that individual as a strong individual with their company, especially if they're using a credit partner, 740 across the board. Now, your business does not have to have any revenue coming in, not at all. What you would have to do with that credit partner, it would have to be, of course, someone you can trust. You put them on your company and give them a title as either like a CFO or managing member or managing officer. So this will definitely have to be someone that you would really trust, and you can obtain financing that way. And with these financing options, many individuals also ask me, is there any restrictions on how the funds can be used? No, not at all. However, I do tell individuals, do use the financing to really invest in marketing, really invest into your business, so your business can retrieve a ROI within the company. Do not use the money to, of course, to finance your lifestyle. I see that a lot, especially out here on the West Coast. Don't use those funds to finance your lifestyle. Really use that money to invest in your business, because let's rewind. We can go back to where I stated lenders want to see that trust factor. And with that trust factor, they may start a business owner off with just 20 or 30 or 40 or $50,000. They want to see, okay, well, are you going to start paying me consistently on time? And majority of the time, depending on what type of financing option you get, once you pay that 50% down, the lender will give you another influx of money. So then that way you can invest more money, and then you pay that down, they'll give you another influx of money or cash flow. So those are a couple, just a couple of creative financing options where one can actually utilize to grow their business, use OPM, other people's money. That's how many successful business owners have gotten to the level they are. Also, a major factor would be to build your business credit. Many individuals are not privy to the information regarding business credit, and that's also something that lenders are looking for right now with a business owner. And I'll give you a short example. Business credit, it's a 7-step process with 4 different tiers. And that first tier is called building your business credibility. There are business owners I speak to that's been in business for 10, 20 years, and they're still on Yahoo, iCloud, Hotmail, or using an email that's not branded to their company. So in a lender's eyes, they're looking at you as a non-credible business. So I'll give you an example. My company's Alicia Clark Funding LLC. My email to match is alicia@aliciaclarkfunding.com. So where can you go get a branded email to match your company? You can go to GoDaddy.com. They're only $30, $40, $50 per year. And you definitely want that to match your company. Also, cell phone use or just a regular phone line. That's a critical key component regarding level 1 of your business credibility that lenders are looking at. I speak to a lot of business owners, and they're either through Verizon or T-Mobile, and they're like, well, this is my office line. No, a toll-free line is what lenders are looking at, and also have that toll-free line listed on 411. No cell phones, not at all. Also, another critical key component for your business, and these are also, especially, it's not just for business credit, in the lending arena. When you fill out that application, those lenders have a secret set of underwriting guidelines where they're looking at, or they're vetting you online, and they may just go on and deny you, and they may not even tell you why they've denied you. So these are some of the secret items to even set yourself up for preparation to obtain the financing. I said the toll-free, did I say the toll-free line? Oh yeah, the toll-free line, the email address, of course, a simple website. Your website could just show your products and have your contact information on there, so lenders can see that you are a credible business. Also, another key component is congruency with, say, like, let's rewind when a person is first starting out their business. Sometimes they start off with a P.O. box or a UPS mailing address. Those are no-nos. Do not use a P.O. box, or some lenders and vendors and suppliers may approve you with a residential address. However, you do need a business, a commercial deliverable business address. And of course, with inflation, prices are skyrocketing. We all know that. So there's also a way where you can get what's called, instead of a brick and mortar, a virtual office address. And what a virtual office address is, it's an address, and you have, of course, a suite. However, when those lenders look up that address, especially on Google or vetting you, they'll see a commercial deliverable building, not a UPS store or a post office box. None of that. And those are some critical key components to actually, even before you're going for business financing, to help set your company up in the correct manner. So those are just some of the items regarding creative financing and also setting your company up correctly in order to obtain financing what lenders are looking for. And back to you, Greg.
Thanks, Alicia.
My pleasure.
So if anyone has any questions at this point in time, feel free to enter them into the chat area. And I'm just going to step on Alicia's toes here a little bit because we had agreed to this ahead of time here, is that if you contact Alicia, either through her email or cell phone, then you will get a free copy of my ebook, Monetize Your Expertise. So sign up to have a strategy session with me and you get Alicia's book. Contact Alicia and you get my ebook. And with that, I guess one question that it's not a question because I already asked Alicia about this, but I kind of want to talk about it again here for those that are listening to the webinar, is that the question that I had for her when we were talking before this was, so I can use this funding for anything in my business, whether it be I need to get inventory, I need to pay rent on my office space, I need to pay for my employees, I need to pay for Greg's coaching services, I need to pay to get a new website, I need to pay for doing Google ads or Facebook ads. And she said that there wasn't any limitation on what the money can be used for. So I'm going to let her make a quick address to that again.
Absolutely. A lot of individuals, they, like I had stated earlier, sometimes they use the money to finance their extravagant lifestyle. But then it's like, you didn't invest into your business. So now you need the funds to go back to your business. What do? So there's no restrictions unless you specifically, and we didn't talk about this type of financing today because there's so many financing options, unless you specifically go for equipment financing or like commercial real estate, those specific financing products need to be geared towards those items. But the products that I shared today, no, not at all. There's no restrictions at all. If you would like to pay for a coach, hey, that coach is investing into your business. So you're definitely going to receive a return on your investment. That's investing into yourself. If you like to use it for marketing, hey, marketing, yes. If you'd like to use it for flyers, business cards, websites, it's wide open for individual. Inventory, paying your employees. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome. So the ebook that Alicia wrote that you get when you schedule a time with me is the 9 most devastating mistakes that entrepreneurs and business owners make when financing their businesses and how to avoid them. She touched on those mistakes today, but you can get that in the form of an ebook when you go to webstoresltd.com/strategy. Do you want to give your contact information again, Alicia, so how they can get a hold of you and get a copy of my book, Monetize Your Expertise?
Absolutely, definitely. Schedule a call with me. You'll definitely receive Mr. Jamison's ebook for free. You can contact me at our office line is 1-888-568-7718, extension 101. Once again, it's 1-888-568-7718, extension 101. Or you can email me, Alicia at aliciaclarkfunding.com. That's ALICIA at ALICIACLARKFUNDING.com. Alicia at AliciaClarkFunding.com.
I thought I had my phone off. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for today. And people that may be watching this and or watching the recording know that I've been doing a series of webinars on the challenges facing online business owners. Each time I try to incorporate new challenges so that every single webinar is in fact different. You know, if I didn't cover what some of those challenges were today that you're thinking about going, oh man, you know, I really am wondering about shipping, or I'm really wondering about POS integration, or how do I handle returns, or what's the deal with print on demand or advertising costs, or the changes that have been occurring in email and so forth. We're going to cover all those in upcoming webinars. So join us for additional webinars, and Alicia and I will be doing some additional webinars together as well. So we look forward to seeing you next time.
Have a wonderful day, everyone. Be blessed.